Welcome everyone to the grave. Fuck. Welcome to the grave. A Vampire the Masquerade campaign set with these wonderful people. We're going to go around. We're going to introduce them before we dive into the night. Starting with Amelia. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I am just on the fly adjusting audio levels in my ears so that I can not hear things. But yes, all very good. So looking forward to this. I've only played a tiny bit of Vampire the Masquerade in the past, and I didn't really get to dig my teeth into it. Ha ha ha. So looking forward to that, man. And
Good
these
news.
are some of my favorite people in the world. So getting to be sexy, awful vampires with them is kind of a dream. So thank you.
You're more than welcome. I'm very excited for this. Because Domestic Dan is here. Hello, welcome. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. I've never played Vampire the Masquerade outside of the video game that's 20-something years old. So this is exciting. I've been definitely desiring it. And when you asked, I think it was an immediate, yeah, yeah, there's no questions. So thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Because Safi Pie is here, and you did a whole bunch of work, so I'd like to start off by saying thank you for the trailer, for the overlay, for making us all look cool and getting us together. Welcome.
Well, thank you. I mean, considering the fact that I bullied you into doing this game for us, I was like, I shouldn't like ask him like, hey Josh, we go and run this game for me and all my friends and we do all the work to go along with it. I was like, I should probably kind of do some of that myself. Yeah, I'm very happy to be there. I'm so excited because like we initially pulled this idea together, wasn't it like 9 months ago? It's been a work in progress.
It's been a long time in the making. But I only wrote the thing in the last week, so, you know, timing and all that. But thank you for being here, Safi. Last but not least, CK, how are you doing?
I'm doing moist.
Ooh.
Also editing my sound settings. Panicking through sound to make sure I can hear you guys over music. But doing
I
great.
can turn that
Super
down.
excited. This is like Vampire the Masquerade. I'm a sucker for vampires and like any of the dark stuff. And this is only my second time ever doing a campaign out of this. So I'm like jittering with excitement. And like Amelia said, these are like some of my core humans that I love so much. So I feel like I gotta do good for them.
You will. Don't worry.
I have faith.
Well, with everyone introduced, I think it is a good time to introduce this scenario with a little bit of context. In the city that we are playing in tonight, it seems to be a night like any other, because that's when imposters work their best magic. I can't imagine any vampire that doesn't have secrets, but these four, it could be the end of them if the skeletons in their closets get out. Which is why it's best to try and take these things to the grave. And tonight, they are outside of a club called Boomtown. And we are going to begin with Harland, who is walking out of the club into this beautiful seated exterior, segregated from the street by glass palisades. And you are talking to Ginger, the prince's personal assistant, who says, it seems that everything's in order, and if everything works out over the next few nights, I can see a significant investment.
That's terribly pleasing to hear. When will I be not speaking to just an assistant? No offense, of course.
None taken, sir. I am hopefully going to arrange the prince's arrival tonight. If if you're willing to wait here, it would not be a business meeting, but I can schedule something in for you if you'd like.
I like the informal sometimes. That sounds lovely. I can wait.
Of course. And as you leave this club and find somewhere comfortable to sit, you approach your best friend? Your own assistant. How would you describe Anastasia?
Well, he's punctual. Terribly useful. Not terrible to look at, but that's not really why I have her around. But she gets the job done very well. And is what I need at times.
And Anastasia, you were approached by Harland.
Did it go well?
Well enough. I'll be meeting with the prince, well, hopefully later tonight. Could be everything having settled in a few days. How are things on your end? Notice anything?
Not yet, but I will. I'll get it done.
Good. Good girl. Anyone else here I know? Or do I need to just keep to myself?
As you look around, Anastasia, you do know someone that you recognize, but not someone Harland would recognize. And that is Alice, who has just handed off your list of appropriate mortals to the bouncer.
So is it to your liking? I assume there are enough on there. It's approximately 633 names, color-coded according to, the things you asked for.
Of course.
Please don't crinkle the paper in your hands, thank you.
Of course.
High quality, 140 pound weight
I
stone ground paper. I just need you to realize that. Thank you.
I don't care. I'm here to let people in.
That's apparent.
Of course. Is that everything?
Unless there's something else that I have forgotten, which seems impossible.
He kind of flips through very nonchalantly, slightly creasing some of the pages as he flips through this list of names. I don't recognize any troublemakers, so...
Great. Awesome. Seems like a perfect time for you to go then. Thank you so much. We're so busy, as you can see, as Alice looks around the completely empty room.
Of course. He turns on his heel and walks off. And you, now being alone, recognize Anastasia, stood next to a very well-dressed man.
I sincerely thought I was alone. I apologize for the noted sarcasm in my tone.
Who is this?
She's someone from the clinic.
I was an employee of the clinic at this club.
I am not sure.
Oh, find out.
Isn't everyone at this club theoretically an employee somewhere? Seems like an illogical question to ask.
Little dove, you're going to find out.
Yes. I'm gonna take Alice somewhere quiet.
Can we go to the right, please? Just around the stage to the right. Thank you so much. This way is not the way. Thank you.
Sorry. May I ask what you're doing here?
The list.
Oh, you're working.
Always.
I didn't realize it extended outside the clinic.
Are you okay?
Always.
You seem tense. Tenser than normally. Last time I saw you, notably, you had slumped shoulders, yet seemed Oh, melancholic. Maybe you are always tense. I'm sorry. Why are we over here? What can I do for you?
You bring patient files with you outside?
Absolutely not. Why would I do that?
I'm gonna take the book out of her hand.
You've seen this book. It is, I mean, I appreciate the compliment if this looks like a patient file, but in no way does my handwriting look like the writing of a computer printer, Times New Roman Arial, what have you. It's just names.
Names.
I keep notes on everyone. Not to make you feel unspecial, but you are in fact not special.
I'm sure that breaks some kind of GDPR.
Perhaps.
It definitely has some overlap with information she might have been able to get from her clinic, but it is all her own work.
Might I have my book? Oh, that's so, it's fine. I have 9 more at home.
There you go. It's just my page.
I'm gonna, like, rustle out a little thing of Purell and just, like, dump it on my hands really quick and offer some.
I'd hate for another entry about me to pop up again.
Really? Would you like to
Really?
see my library? Because there's many. Thousands. Are you concerned? Is this a problem? Were you not aware of my notes? No one's really interested in you. It's just so I remember who you are. I'm not talented at reading body language sometimes.
Delilah, I think you've been looking out for some interesting people this evening. And I think this kerfuffle draws your attention outside.
I'll just be gently watching from the sidelines, trying to see what everybody wants out of this interaction and who's not getting it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I can find other places which provide your services, with lot less intrusion on my privacy.
Most likely. Good luck. With your friend. Bye-bye now.
At this
I'm gonna turn around and walk back to Holland.
As you're walking, you notice from the other side of this glass someone with a desperate look on his face. He just kind of slaps his hand on the glass and just goes, I'm in the right place, right? Is this where the Camarilla live?
I'm just gonna look up. Does he seem kindred?
There's none of the telltale signs. No sharpened teeth. Rosy flush in his face from having clearly run here. So if he is a vampire, he's hiding it very well.
I'd like to take a whiff. See if he is or not before I answer.
You can find that out by doing a roll of
Sense
some description.
Sense the beast.
Yeah. If you click on resolve at the top where your attributes are, and then I think you should just be able to add 1 and then roll it. If you roll it like that, it should be easier.
I'm doing resolve. Second attribute of any kind?
No.
No. All right.
And then add 1
And then
for
1.
your animalism.
Difficulty?
Let's say this is difficulty 2.
Who it is?
You have no idea, unless you would like to spend a point of willpower to re-roll 3 dice.
Not an issue. I'm assuming the glass is making it difficult to smell him.
Yes, it's got some small gaps, but the entire point of it is to break the wind and make sure that you are separated.
Who are you?
My name's Paul, and I have some very important information. Are you Camarilla?
Not
I
sure
want to
what that...
compel him.
Sure, go for it. I'd like to see what you can do.
Well, what would you like to say?
I think you found yourself quite confused.
All right. Would you like to roll charisma +1 for your dominate ability?
Mm-hmm. Do I add a second attribute to that?
You do not,
Okay.
because technically the one is for your power. Three successes. What exactly would you like him to do? A simple command.
I think you need to look elsewhere.
And you catch his eye, and as an immediate, gut response, his first instinct is to stutter and try and resist, which is not something you normally see in mortals. But you're still stronger than him. And all you get out is the word, or all that you get out of him is the word spy, before he goes glassy-eyed and starts to walk down the street.
Oh no, look what you've done now. You've broken him.
That was interesting. Well done. Ms. De Winter. Didn't know you went to other clubs.
Oh, it's always nice to see what the competition has to offer. I wasn't aware you frequented other clubs either, but here we are.
I have meetings.
So long as it isn't that I haven't been catering to your needs.
Unrelated. That. You hear that? No.
What?
The thing that just went past.
Thing.
It said Paul is his name, and it
Oh.
was asking for the Camarilla and mentioned spy. Isn't that fun?
Yes, maybe we should fetch him back. See what he wanted.
I think he wanted to tell us that. Didn't really want to give away anything.
Well, what he wants to do and what he will end up doing are two entirely different things, aren't they?
Well, if you'd like to go and convince him of things, by all means. I have other things to do. You been well?
Exceptionally. Since your assistant was so heavy-handed, maybe she'd like to.
I was only acting in the best interest.
No,
The
yeah.
masquerade.
Absolutely. But if there is a pest problem around here, we should probably find out what it is, no?
to Holland.
Right, if you'd like to practice your trailing skills, that's fine. Leave it up to your discretion, Dove.
Nana will, I guess, exit the club and try and walk in the direction she saw Paul leaving.
Of course. You didn't go too far. But I would like you to roll... let's say dexterity plus stealth.
Oh, it's not gonna be very good. I'm wearing heels.
Told you flats would be better.
You said these look nice.
Didn't say they were functional.
Oh, that's 5 successes. In that case, you follow him, and you're fairly convinced that even if people who were looking for you and did expect them to be following you, whoever, you are practically invisible. And you see this man round a corner, and he seems extremely agitated, like mumbling to himself. You hear him say, why didn't I just stay there? He rounds this corner, and so you speed to catch up and peek a glimpse into this alleyway. And by the time you get there, you realize that he is dead. And a figure in a tightly wrapped robe walks out the opposite end of the alley.
Oh, shit. I have to turn around and go back to the club.
You turn and go back to the club. But before you get there, there is an enormous explosion. Everyone who is not Anna, make a stamina athletics roll.
Difficulty?
Difficulty on this one is 3.
Dear. Then,
Oh dear, indeed.
that's what I expected.
Oh,
Okay.
So that's a little
Harland.
different. Yes.
You are thrown face first through the glass palisades and into the street. And the cuts give you 2 superficial damage. Alice.
Yeah.
You're a little bit further away. So you only take 1.
Oh,
But you land on the street in the middle of the road right next to Harland. Delilah. You're a lot more composed. And even though your clothes are torn and you are in a slight state of disarray, you manage to catch yourself and move with the blast. And you are stood in the middle of the road, next to Harland and Alice.
Yeah. What in the hell?
You hear ringing and alarms and cars, and everything is in absolute chaos.
So the building has exploded, essentially. Is it gone?
The building itself, you take a quick peek, and it is still stood. But like the entire bottom floor, you can see you'd see clear out to the other end of the room. There is nothing remaining in the center. Bodies, blood, everything.
I think probably for the first time since you've known her, you can see Delilah shaking slightly until she kind of shakes her head and gets rid of that weakness.
What? Why?
Paul
What?
would have been lying.
That's awfully interesting. What do you end up finding out if you actually listen to people? Should we find out who did this?
I need to
Nastasia's on
go.
it.
Why?
I don't think my presence is valued in this situation.
I don't even know who you are,
Maybe.
so that
She's
It's part of it.
useful.
useful.
She's very, very good at her job.
Am I still going to be useful?
Let's find
Without a
out, shall
club.
we?
We should get out of here before the authorities arrive.
Mm.
Where would you
Is
like
your
to
place safe?
To
Mr. Winter?
where?
Or would you be more comfortable elsewhere? I have a few
Hmm.
safe houses about if I need them, but I'm sure that's
No, we'll be safe at the club.
good. I need to send a text to the damn princess assistant.
She'll reach into her bag and pull out a phone, and she won't even need to press, make a call or anything. She'll press a button on it, and it'll immediately send a sort of pre-programmed message through to her retainer, just a location.
Where is she?
You
don't
want to get
remember.
picked up?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. You get a message back describing like a pickup point that is a couple of blocks away, a couple of streets away. This is England.
Well, it looks like we've got a little walk ahead of us, shall we?
Wonderful. If only I could. Where is she? I'm looking around for.
The
Anastasia.
prince's
I'm looking for Anastasia.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to text the princess assistant, but I'm
Of
having
course.
trouble with my phone.
probably.
Never
I'll
easy
be,
with them, but she knows it best.
I would have been walking back to the club and then probably started running when I heard the blast. What do I see as I woke up there?
Oh, you know what? Do a wits awareness roll. You should have more rolls than that. Oh no. Never mind. One success. It's a complete wreck. Everything already described. Glass everywhere, sirens, alarms, the whole 9 yards. And there
Mercy
is
Holland.
someone walking away, disappears around a corner. Was clearly staring at you before they moved.
Well, that's not my concern right now. Can I see Holland?
Harland has cuts down his face. Obviously, he's not bleeding. But yeah, he's in a bit of a state.
Okay, I'm gonna hurry over to him. Oh my goodness. You're hurt.
Fine. Superficial. Please inform the prince's assistant that the meeting will be delayed, as I'm sure they know. If I think back, was the assistant in that building?
The assistant left
That's right.
very quickly after your meeting.
Colin, there's a bit of an issue.
I look back to the exploded building. Really?
Not that. There's another issue.
What is it?
The strange one, Paul.
Hmm.
He's dead.
Oh, fuck. Did you kill him?
No, it wasn't me. It was...
Probably whoever did this then. Whatever organization did this.
I'm not sure, but I thought I saw someone else, but they left very quickly. I mean, they could have just been passing by, but they could have been the person who killed them. I watched them
What
turn
did they look like?
Oh. I didn't realize Delilah was...
Yes, there's a couple of us here. We need to be walking. I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay.
Does anyone want a wet nap?
Why not?
It's disgusting.
I'll lead the way towards the location.
By the time you get there, the car is waiting, engine running. Who is your retainer? What do they look
Gregory.
like? Gregory.
Very efficient, does not answer questions, knows better than to do that. Very good at making problems go away.
Good. Without question, without word, he opens your door. Everyone else comes second.
Thank you, Gregory. And step in and gesture for them to follow.
Well, take a seat. After
But,
getting
like-
in, I will heal or attempt to heal my superficial damage.
Yeah, you can do that with a rouse check.
And it will do. Now, where is that happy little...
There
That
should
was
be a
button.
button right
Ah,
where it
there it
says
is.
hunger.
Right under hunger. Perfect.
That's the one.
Bam.
You do not succeed. And so you feel your desire for blood rising. But in exchange for this unconscious desire, everyone watches as if the blood doesn't disappear, the wounds themselves slowly knit back together. And if he was cleaned up, it would be like nothing happened.
A meeting with the prince. Somebody's
Yes.
being a busy boy.
Where are we going? I need to rearrange.
We're going to a club.
Oh.
So, let's rearrange for another day, perhaps tomorrow. They're looking to invest, my app.
Not really my kind of business, I'm afraid.
Oh, I thought you would like to find others of our kind easily. They do very well for you.
I prefer to maintain the exclusivity rather than inviting all and sundry.
You're missing out on a lot of income. Just saying.
I don't think I am.
I've rebooked for Friday.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dove. When we get there, I'll need your help.
As you wish.
Oh, it's a damper in my night. We're going to your place, yes?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Unless you'd rather somewhere else, but it does feel rather pointless.
At the moment, I'll pass on anywhere else. I'll go home after this. The person you saw, What did they look like?
Same as when you saw him.
No, the one that killed them.
Tall. I didn't see his face. Looks like he's wearing purple. Hooded. Sort of. It wrapped kind of clothing. Looks like a robe.
Robe.
But he left very. They left very quickly.
The rather archaic look for a night on the town.
I
Sounds
mean,
almost cultish. Fun.
I couldn't say if they were involved. I didn't see anything. I saw him alive. I turned a corner. I saw him dead. It was very quick.
Or you weren't.
Did you notice how he was dead?
I meant to look more. But then I heard the explosion, and I wanted to check everyone was all right.
You did get
I
a
wonder
quick
if the
glimpse.
explosion was just a poor diversion.
What did I see when I took a glance?
Specifically, this man, Paul, apparently died when his throat was slit. And you got a very clear picture of the sheer volume of blood that had left his body and the fact he wasn't moving.
There was blood. A lot of it.
Maybe a rushed kill then.
I mean, he looked nearly decapitated, but
Oh, well then. One doesn't rush a beheading, do they?
I'm trying to silence him. That unfortunately may confirm his word of spy.
What a pity we didn't interrogate him further.
Or better, that we weren't seen with him. Turned him away immediately. And when watching him, may have caused a little confusion at least. Now they did attack us right after. How long
But
was
why
that?
the club?
That's where I was meeting a prince.
Or maybe they just didn't care for the music.
Ah, right. Right.
It was top 20s. Everyone likes top 20s. That's why it's the top 20s.
very extreme to build a place up over the music.
It seems just excessive. There's so many buildings in the neighborhood.
It also seems rather lacking in skill to almost decapitate somebody and use an explosion to cover it up. You could just kill them in the explosion, no?
It's excellent point. Maybe it was a revenge or a... What if they're trying to send a sign? What if it was a symbol or a sign to someone? Have any of you angered anyone?
Sounds like corporate espionage to me. I had a
What am-
deal. I was going to reunite some of the clans a bit. Investing cross. It might have been against whatever weird, chaotic wishes they have. Might have too much cooperation. Stupid children.
Well, it seems strange to use an explosion as a distraction. He was very intent on getting in there. Maybe the explosion was meant for him. And
Possibly.
then we messed it up and they had to resort to beheading him.
Also possible.
Messy. It all
Yeah.
seems so messy. Rather juvenile, wouldn't you say?
Could you get a suit delivered to the club? So when we arrive, it'll be there for me. I don't want these tatters.
Of course. And I'll just nod to Gregory.
Gregory nods in reply and pulls over. You have arrived at the club. Delilah, you take great pride here. What does it look like as everyone enters?
The exterior of it is an old theatre. So it's got these big old stone columns. The signage itself is very understated, just ever so slightly backlit. And unless you knew it was there, you would assume this was an art gallery or a high-class restaurant. But as you walk in, there's a long line of mirrors down a corridor leading to a coat check area. Somebody on the door who's good at recognizing what people are and sending me the notes accordingly.
Of course. And you are greeted by your staff in a more extravagant way than usual, and they lead you through to a VIP area, obviously having been prepared. You have some privacy.
You're allowing us in here.
Of course.
Thank you.
As you walk through your club, you see the various people who are waiting or being led to use your services. And I think you realize that the volume of vampires, Kindred, in here makes you a target as well. There's a certain sense of society in these clubs. And that might have been a similar situation for the Boomtown.
I'll take us through to one of the side rooms. Each one of them is a different kind of theme to it, depending on what people's personal tastes are. So I'll take us through to one that I know appeals to my client.
Are you bringing us to my room?
Unless you'd rather not.
No, I'd rather.
Seeing as
Don't
this
worry,
is
it's
your
been
room.
recently cleaned. To Alice. Alice?
Mhm. Like cleaned.
Yes. Every
No
night.
idea how much I appreciate that.
Nastasia, I need a drink.
I will find my way to the bar and get him a double shot of whiskey. Okay.
Bringing me that. That's good. Another drink.
Oh. Yeah.
Find a good glass.
Oh.
Thank you.
I'll go to find someone.
Harland, you see her looking around at the variety of staff members here.
Nastasia!
Yes?
Very specific one.
Right.
Thank you, dear.
How are you going to fulfill that request?
See where the bar is, can I see, like, if there's a door through to some kind of... Ah, shit.
There is definitely a kind of backstage.
I'm able to get around there without being seen.
Without being seen, no. But while you're in there, you're assuming that there will be somewhere private, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Everyone watches as Anastasia excuses herself past the barman and steps into the back. You see a very fine selection of glassware.
So like one of those crystal, like, looks like a whiskey glass. It's like the crystal has gone, so like the diamond pattern shape cuts into on the outside. Okay. I will get one of those, and I look into my purse. Get out a penknife, and I'm going to dig it into the side of my wrist and hold it over this glass.
Gain 1 hunger.
I forgot how to do that.
You should be able to just click on the second doodad, I think.
There it is. Thank you.
There you go.
We don't
Sorry.
see this part going down, right? Just to be clear.
She did go somewhere private.
Okay.
But when she reappears, she is holding a crystal glass full of blood.
There you are.
A crimson goblet for you, Harland.
You love.
I'm gonna make sure my sleeve is pulled all the way up.
That's some first class service.
Reduce your hunger by 1.
Well, compared to my usual staff, let's just say, don't give up the day job.
Oh, I won't.
I didn't mean you, dear. You're very good at your day job, though. Well done.
Thank you.
When she's not keeping notes.
Notes?
That's never.
You said you had a whole
Has
library.
something happened? You're acting like you've never seen me write anything down before. We've had so many conversations where I've literally been staring you in the eye and been writing at the same time.
And I
Are
thought,
you okay?
I am very okay. Thank you. I don't appreciate you keeping personal notes on me. However. I don't think your other clients would appreciate it either.
Now, one moment.
Is it your special friend here that makes you nervous?
Is she bothering you, Anastasia?
Very much so.
Probably.
I'd suggest you stop bothering my girl.
Okay.
Good. You had notes on people. Did you see that man by the door, the glass, ever before? Ms. What was her name?
The name was
One
Peter.
second.
Well, his name's Peter. I was asking them what her name was.
Doing it again.
Did I see him?
Yes, you absolutely saw the man.
Did he have any like noticeable features or behaviors I would have noted?
He was a relatively plain-looking white man, probably late 20s, brown hair, nothing... You know what? Let's see if you do have a note on him.
Oh,
With a roll.
I would love to.
Let's go with intelligence academics.
Deal.
I'm assuming your list might cover him.
We shall see. Do I have a difficulty?
The difficulty on this one is 3. You should have more dice than that.
Oh, that's academics, but no academics intelligence.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
baby.
if you can either roll 4 or try again, I don't mind.
I'll try again. Yeah, give me 1 sec. Sorry. I don't know why I didn't do that. What do you do it?
That's the other way around this time. Well, we got both. You got 2. Would you like to re-roll and try and find information on him?
Yes.
Spend a willpower point and then
Deal.
re-roll 3 dice or roll 3d10.
Doing it. Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked that. My bad.
Well, that's still very good.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, you got
So
4
I did
successes.
notice that.
You did. I think there was probably some kind of skin condition that kind of, now you apply yourself and think through the information that you gathered meticulously, you are able to identify him in your notes. And you have a pretty good guess that this man is absolutely called Peter, and you have his home address.
Excellent. So I believe I noticed him multiple times. He was quite flaky in the skin region, which was foul, and I felt very bad for the club and anyone who walked by him. I did notice he was extremely plain, however, which is not the usual attire for a club such as this. Khakis. Where do you even buy them these days? I don't know. And a name tag. I'm assuming he must do some sort of city work or something. I believe it said Peter, but again, the skin. So, not my usual assessment of everyone I see that I notice, notably, but the skin.
Who's lying about his name then?
Makes sense.
I mean, who would want to be named Peter? Peter. Peter.
Paul does sound better than Peter.
I agree. 100%. Rolls off the tongue, even.
That's on me.
Right.
It's the exact same name.
Oh.
Smooth. It's the exact same name, by the way.
Which one we
Although
going with?
he was robbed to pay another guy. Let's go with Paul, seeing as it's the one I
like
went
Paul. Is there a Mary? I'm sorry.
with.
Notably, his head
How
was
many?
attached.
Is what was attached?
His head.
Ah,
Temporarily.
You also
But I don't think
have
he was
another
with
note.
anyone. He was just standing alone very sadly with his comb over and name tag.
Well,
And
I'd imagine if he was all flaky, that might be the case naturally, no?
anything else
True.
about him? Outside of his physical appearance and name?
Not really, just that he seemed not interested in the club. If you know what I
Absolutely wasn't
mean.
interested. There is one thing that you do notice from your notes. Your list includes the fact that he is probably ghouled by someone.
Oh. Oh, one last note. I do apologize. My writing gets strange when people flake. Humans disgusting. His eyes. At first, I thought maybe he was, farting. That glazed over look the humans get when they try to do something silently in a corner and we all know what's happening. I believe he might be ghouled. Could explain the khakis. Or the skin.
Do you have any idea or notes or seen with anyone ever? I know who killed him.
I don't think I've ever seen him before, actually. I think that's why I took the note.
Gregory, darling.
Silently, a figure appears at your side.
Compare this gentleman's information with our book, please. I want to see if he's ever been in the company of one of our guests.
Oh, I do
Alice.
hope not.
He reaches out as if to take your book from you.
I'm sorry, what?
He just stands there with his hand out.
Who are we kidding? I have 7 more in my bag.
He takes
Don't
it.
notice where the skin runs off the corner. That was me walking quickly. I do apologize.
Turns around and goes into the back.
Thank you.
Any
Another...
messages from the prince, by the way, Anastasia? Did they confirm our appointment on Friday?
Well, you have a lot of messages from the prince's assistant.
What does it say?
Well, first, there are professional panic kind of style writing about the club having exploded. Then some others that ask you to check your fucking app. Then some others asking things about who was at the club. Are you okay? Check your fucking app.
One moment. I'm checking my app. What does it say?
You bring up Harlan's app, Tender, and you expect to see a plethora of information from maps to personal profiles. But instead of the thousands of people listed in this, you see one profile and one pin in the map. The name of the person in the profile is Yosuke Kubo, and they are pinned at a business address on the outskirts of town.
I'm just gonna give Harland my phone.
I take it. Yusuke Kubo. Have I met with them before? Is that name familiar?
Their name is extremely familiar to you. I'll tell you in DMs, just in case.
Ah, good. I'm pretty sure, but I'd like to confirm.
Prince's assistant is obviously concerned about what's happened. They want to choose the next meeting place. And also they want a list of everyone who was there. Well, tonight.
So it seems I have some business that came up. We need to go. Anastasia? Meetings with the prince and all. Can't keep them waiting.
Do you two leave?
I do.
Oh. Assuming quite abruptly you stand up and start marching out the door.
Yes.
I'll cancel the suit then.
That was motioning to my dove. It was for her, but I do appreciate that, Ms. De Winter.
Noted.
Let's go. My car should be outside. I assume you already ordered it for when we're done here.
I did.
Very good. We'll be in touch. If you figure out anything about that Paul, Peter, whatever apostle it was, we'll chat more.
I'll drop you a line as soon as I hear anything.
Thank you.
Have a
If I
lovely
learn anything,
evening.
I'll let you know. You too.
As you wait for your retainer, I am going to see exactly if he finds anything. Competent and quick. He returns with the book and hands it over to you, Alice. Closed with a very nice bookmark in it. He speaks for the first time.
Oh.
I've cross-referenced our clients. This man meets no criteria. So, if I am so bold as to make an assumption,
Feel free.
he belongs to a different sect of masters.
A different sect.
My
In our
knowledge
city?
My knowledge is limited, but I do understand there are at least two.
Interesting.
Do you
Thank
want to
you so
write all
much for
this
the
down? It could be useful.
Why would someone from an... I just don't understand why the club.
Maybe it's not just about the club.
Was
I'm
there
sure we'll
anyone
find
else in
out.
there? Didn't notice anyone important. Did you do something?
No. Sadly.
Well, dang it, that's no fun.
Nothing that would get me bombed anyway. I wouldn't imagine.
What if it has to do with them? I've never seen that man before.
You wouldn't have. He's very busy.
Seems the type to, not make friends easily. Maybe incite a bombing, I don't know.
Oh, I think he makes friends exceptionally quickly. Actually, just not lasting friendships. You get what you pay for.
Is he going to kill the prince?
Who can tell? I'd imagine these days he's far more concerned about his app.
It's the strangest world, isn't it? These phones people carry around and stare at all day.
Oh, I find them quite exciting. I just don't feel
People
the
or
need
the
to
phone?
utilize them often. Hmm?
The people or the phone?
Yes.
Same, though. Like cattle, with just one extra lobe, jiggling away in that empty little skull of theirs.
Oh, but it's such a fascinating little lobe.
It is. And even with it, falling into fountains, walking into traffic. It's pure comedy.
Would you care for a drink?
Actually, I would delight in a drink. I have no idea what to drink here.
I'll slide over a very delicately backed menu. It's full leather back, beautifully printed. And on one half of it is an actual drinks menu with recommendations. And the lower half of it is more specific tastes.
Oh, should I be charging you more?
If you wish, I'll just go somewhere else.
I don't. What would I do with money? Oh, can I get the number 8? Wait, is that legal?
Just here.
Excellent. I'll take a number 8. Please.
That's where you live. Interesting.
been around for a while. You taste everything once. Everything starts to kind of taste. It's like the people say it's Chipotle. Everything tastes like Chipotle.
Mm.
You must branch out. Variety is the spice.
I suppose it depends what you need the drink for.
Number
Always nice
8
to-
arrives. Sorry.
After you.
Number 8 arrives, accompanied by someone, Delilah, you don't recognize, but is looking at you nervously.
I'll look them up and down, almost like it's a meal or a puzzle. Or both.
It's a man. He is tall, broad, and clearly out of his depth. But he does have a very nice suit. So clearly he's supposed to be here.
Hello there. Can I help you?
My friend, Leo, told me about your particular table service, and I was hoping, could we have a private conversation?
But of course.
Easily. I'll take my number 8. I don't want the shaky one. Is there a different room I can go to?
Oh, there
Get
are
a
many,
room.
many different rooms. Feel free to wander about and find something that suits you.
Do you have a Visqueen room?
We've got almost anything you'd want.
I'm paralyzed by options, but excited. I'm going to get up and just drag number 8 out the door. A little too fast.
Yeah, number 8 stumbles on their own feet, but follows. And Delilah, you are left with this nervous-looking guy.
I'll sit back on the couch that I'm seated on, just cross my legs and tap the seat next to me.
And he seems to lean forward and go into businessman mode.
Please sit.
Thank you. I am Troy, and I don't really know why I'm here, aside from I've been told that there is something you can do that will give me the night of my life.
Well, there are many things I can do that would give you the night of your life, but I'm not sure they're what you're asking for.
Then what am I asking for?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Who recommended me?
My associate, Leo. Can you recognize the name Leo as one of your regulars?
What's Leo into?
The normal stuff. Degradation. And getting fed on by you.
You're friends, are you? You and he?
Not old friends, but we've known each other a while. Rivals in business, I guess you could say.
Oh. A businessman. That makes sense. And yet he recommends me. How curious.
Well, I'll be honest, it sounded like one of his little secrets. He was a little bit hesitant to tell me.
I'd imagine he would be, if you really are rivals.
I mean, if it's good enough for him.
Stealing from somebody else's bowl, That won't do at all. The kind of meal somebody enjoys, you can't just steal from that plate. You want a meal made specifically for you, no?
Well, it seems like this is... And he seems almost like hesitant to say this, but like afraid to admit. This is my first time here. But if you don't have the goods, I'm wrong. That's...
Oh, that would be a shame for both of us, wouldn't it?
I can take it, whatever it is you want, elsewhere. No harm, no foul.
I want to use my insight to find out exactly what's making this guy tick.
Of course. That would be insight plus wits and +1 to wheedle out his desires.
Difficulty? He did come to me.
This one is difficulty 4. Would you like to take a risk and spend willpower, or?
Yes, this is my job.
So 3d10 and willpower. There you go. 2 successes total. What
The
you
explosion, I'm off my game.
The ringing is still in your ears. What you do get from him is that he is here in a genuine desire to figure out what it is Leo was going on about, for sure. But also, you think he sort of expects there to be something clandestine, I suppose. He definitely fits the profile of your regular types. What you do with him is up to you.
I'll stand. Walk with me.
Of course. He picks himself up, brushes his jacket down. Where are we going?
We're giving you the grand tour. You see, I make it my business to find out what people want and give it to them as efficiently and enjoyably as possible. So we have rooms here for all sorts of different tastes. What works for your friend Leo may not be perfect for you. And I'll slowly walk him past the open rooms. I'd imagine it's early still. Most people haven't been let in yet, main doors. So I can just push open each of these doors and show these different rooms. I'm going to be watching to see what sparks him, or if anything makes him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. As you walk around, you see people in all manner of rooms with all manner of lighting. doing all manner of things. But I think you see every time you watch one of your Kindred clients being relatively discreet, playing with their food, you watch a little twinge of excitement and confusion.
That's where you live. Come here. And I'll move to a side room that's very dimly lit. There are no other people there. And slowly close the door and sit down. So it's not about the room, is it?
Whatever's happening in those rooms, I think something special there? What is it?
Telling you would be so much less efficient. And I'm not sure words could ever do it justice, as with most things that are enjoyable.
Then how am I going to find out?
Ask.
Can I have what they're having?
Are you sure that's what you want? I'll step very closely and just run a fingernail down his neck.
He thinks for a moment. Yes.
You don't sound sure. I'll lean in right next to his ear. You will have the time of your life this evening, but I'm going to need a little more enthusiasm. I'm going to use my oar. Yeah.
What changes about you when you use your oar?
I don't think you could really put it into words, but it's almost like in a black and white movie when people's eyes are lit, just in that little strip, just all the colors just fizz ever so slightly. And it's like the tension in the room gets turned up by several degrees. It's that every tiny movement is accentuated.
And from
You
this
can feel his heartbeat.
Oh, for sure.
Now.
You can practically watch the electricity zap down his limbs and like the tiniest tremor in his fingers. And this very tight-knit moment between the two of you. He locks eyes with you and says, "Yes, please."
As you wish. It's lovely to meet you, Troy. My name is Delilah. And I'll kiss his neck and just bite very slowly.
And as with all vampires, when they bite, you watch a fresh wave of pleasure run through him and a slight gasp lets out. And he is having the time of his life. Would you like to take this opportunity to heal yourself? Oh no, you weren't hurt.
I'm not hurt. I'm just enjoying myself.
Well, in that
But I will be
case-
using Lingering Kiss on him because he's asked so nicely and he could be useful.
Of course. Well, in that case, you get this because you spent special attention on him and you realize that he is in a heightened emotional state, you get some resonance from his blood.
Ooh.
And I believe the word for it is sanguine.
Mm. Mm.
And you can taste the emotions, and as you cast this extra spell upon him, I think at that point we fade to black. And oh, Harland. Oh, Anna. You're in the car. You off back to the office? Where are you? Home?
I have not decided if I want to go immediately to that spot, or if I want to go home first. I begin searching through some of the hidden storage in the back of our car.
What are you looking for?
A gun.
If you keep a gun in here, then you can probably find a 9mm pistol.
Yeah. He takes it and checks ammo, makes sure safety's on, slips into a pocket in his jacket.
Not necessary.
Maybe.
What's wrong?
That's a name they shouldn't know.
What could they know?
Too much. Ask them if we're meeting there. Don't give any more information than that. Ask them if we're meeting there.
Ask who if you're meeting where.
The prince
Prince's
The spot.
assistant.
with the name. Yes.
Ah. Well, yes, you get a reply from the prince's assistant that says, no, what the fuck, why would I go there? What's there?
I was merely wondering if that's where you wanted to meet. That's why you told me to check it.
No, I don't know what that is. Whatever's going on with your app, there's no investment if it doesn't work. Fix it.
We'll fix it. Thank you for letting me know there was a problem.
But where would you like us to meet?
I'll get back to you.
Fine.
He hung up.
Get...
What I was supposed to do this meeting was important.
Yes. Get Jonathan to be looking into where the fuck this came from. We have some sort of security breach. We need it taken care of now.
Okay.
I want it traced, whoever got into this. I will put money into this if we need to. We need to find this now, discreetly.
Breathe. Metaphorically. Hey, Jonathan's looking into it.
Good. And whatever he finds, don't have him share it. Go directly to me. Understood?
Yes. How could someone else get in?
Probably someone on the inside. We need to do background checks again. Fuck. Oh, we looked into this. Anyone new hired? Anyone? Anyone?
You look through the list. The employees have all been there at least a year.
No new interns, no new delivery people, no
No, nothing in the past
Cool,
12
someone was
months
bought.
at least.
Fucking. We need this deal to go through.
You know?
Who are the other developers? Anyone with... I mean, that Jonathan's with the lead, and he should be the security. If he was bought, that's...
Jonathan's worked for you for over 10 years.
I know. Very hard to buy him. I understand he's...
I mean, I understand for some people loyalty can be bought, but there's a reason why I
I don't
see
know.
to everyone's loyalty.
Anastasia, you get an email directly from Jonathan to you that just says, "We're fucked." I'll work
What's
on
that? What's that? Well? Almost want to crush the phone. Oh, don't. But no. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take his hands in mine. Calm down, please.
My eyes flash red just for a moment. Right. Okay. We'll go back to my place. And then we need to go to this spot immediately. But I need to make sure I have a new suit.
There's one waiting.
Are you thirsty? Do you need anything before we go? I
I'm
need you in
fine.
tip top. You hungry? I need you tip top.
A little bit, but I can't be bothered dealing with Alice.
Ugh. Right. We don't have any reserves at the moment.
There might be some at the house.
Okay, good.
I've got
I'm
some in
good
the
for now.
fridge.
If you have anything, we'll get changed and we'll go there immediately. We need to see what the fuck that is. Some of my past, that's all you need to know.
But you trust me more than that.
This is somewhat for your protection. Bad name.
Okay.
Sit back and just put my head up the seat and attempt to pass out for a second, trying to center myself. Could the skull move any fucking faster?
Eventually, an excruciating amount of time passes, but you arrive at your office. Or where are you going home?
Home.
You went home.
I don't want to talk to Jonathan if he's working right now. I don't want to interrupt him.
Hmm.
Him admitting he's fucked and we're fucked means he's going to be working hard on this. And if nothing happens, then I know it's him. So, or at least think it's him.
You get changed. Take a look at the business address
Yes.
on your app. It's linked to the name Yosuke Kubo. It appears to be, with a quick Google, a small IT firm.
Do I recognize that? Competitor?
Tiny, like they fix printers.
I'm gonna come back with a drink from the kitchen. Did you find anything?
Small IT firm. Not a competitor. No, maybe a couple of kilometers away. Not terribly far. Not terribly close. I don't... They fix printers. There's nothing here. Whoever did this wants to meet here because it's nothing.
You sure it's a good idea that we go there ourselves?
No, it's a terrible idea. What?
Send someone else.
look directly at you. Is that
Oh,
what you're
thank you.
suggesting?
No, I meant one of the hundreds of people who fucking work for you.
They can't know any of this. Just on the off chance.
You want me to go?
If you went, you can't be seen, because they likely want me there to speak to them, whoever they are.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Drop me off around the corner. I'll follow you inside.
Alright. Yeah. Yep, I'll go in alone.
Shall we?
Check my gun again. Right. We'll go.
And as you head out, I think that's a perfect time for a quick break. Is there anything you say to each other on the way to this location between that has been displayed to you on the app?
Yes. Alright. Standard procedure. Mental notes. All details of faces. Keep quiet. Not that that's your issue.
Not
Any
really,
extras hiding, keep an eye on them. I'm sure there's going to, even if it's one-on-one, we know it's not. If we're doing it, they are too. Any danger, get out.
What about you?
There's always a chance I don't come back.
Well, that is not an option.
Well, if you decide to be stupid, take out the quiet ones first. Otherwise, get out.
Fine.
Who has the
Mostly
pistol?
because I don't want you to be involved with them, and whenever I get out, I'd rather them not know of your knowledges.
What about everything I hear in this conversation between you and them?
Keep it to yourself, of course. But
I know that.
repeat it back to me when we're back, in case I miss any details. Look for inflections, look for twitches they might have at certain words, any names they mention. Figure out if they're hiding anything. I'll be doing the same, of course, but...
Okay.
You have a knife or something for quiet.
I've got my penknife.
Good. Just in case. The signal will be me pulling out my gun.
You're scared. I've never seen you like this before.
Let's just get this off with.
You pull up. Short walk away from the building.
I'll get out the car and I want to do unseen passage.
And that requires a rouse check.
I can give you that.
You suddenly disappear for all intents and purposes. Harland, you have a pretty good guess of where she might be, but even if you were to look directly at her, your eyes would pretend that she wasn't there.
I like it that way. I don't want to know where she is on the off chance I glance that way.
Absolutely. You're leading the way then, Harland?
Yes. I'm going to... On the last couple of blocks, I want to make sure and see if, via street view, if there's a side entrance. I'd rather not go in the front.
Of course. Yeah, you have a quick look, and there is, in fact, a side entrance. It's not a very fancy building. It's red brick with kind of plasticky a sign that says, like, Bob's IT or something.
Any other cars parked around here?
No cars.
No cars. Okay. Just to the driver. Leave the car running. Though if you see someone come out that's not me, leave.
Your instructions are noted.
I'm just gonna whisper in Harlan's ear. Where do we meet if the driver leaves?
Get him to come by 4 blocks down. By the coffee shop we like.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna be able to hear me for a little bit.
Good.
And I want to use Silence of Death as we got to the door.
The very faint crunching of high heels on the ground disappears entirely. Harland, you find this side entrance, and it looks unlocked.
I walk in. With all the confidence of someone entering a meeting they planned.
And I'll follow.
Interesting change to that. You go to walk over the threshold, Harland, and you feel resisted.
I step back.
As the door is now open, you can smell relatively fresh blood.
I'm gonna walk inside.
I keep the door open, looking as though nothing was wrong, and just look and smell. I recognize the scent of that blood.
No, I don't think there's anything familiar about it to you.
Good.
Anastasia, as you go inside,
I'm just gonna stand just in the entryway. I wanna get a pen and paper from my purse and write. Come in, and then throw it out the door.
I take it. Attempt to walk through the door. Or at least see if I feel any more resistance after she invited me in.
I think you do feel some resistance, but you're able to overcome it. And when you step over that threshold, you start to feel it very slowly ebbing away. As you walk into a very homely, well-decorated and kind of cramped IT office space with... At the opposite end, there are no lights on. You can just see like racks of servers and paperwork and phones and all of the usual equipment mixed in with family photos. And at the end is a small kind of cramped cubby hole office. And you can just see a limp hand on the floor on the opposite side of the desk, lit up by the blinking screen of a laptop.
Is anyone here for this meeting, or is this just a sighting for me? I'd like to look around briefly and quickly to see if anyone else is here, obviously. and then I'll do something else if there's not.
You hear, see, no trace of people.
Well then. I think then I would love to use Eyes of the Beast.
The entire place lights up in greys and lighter greys.
Any other details that I may have missed or people hiding now?
No people hiding, but I will let you do a wits awareness check.
Alright. Difficulty?
2.
4 out of 2.
As you inspect this place, you can see that it is very clearly been turned a little bit from what probably wasn't a particularly tidy place, but you notice in specific places that there have been servers modified, various connections made between things that weren't supposed to be, and various things patched in that wouldn't have been there originally. You find an Arduino.
Putting on gloves and then muttering to myself, I need to make sure that the prints on the door are gone. Loud. Pick up the Arduino, see where it's routed into. I'm assuming, though, that this is why my app has a little notification on it. I'm happy to make a technology roll to confirm that, though.
Sure. Do a tech roll. Intelligence plus technology.
Difficulty?
3.
2 of 3.
It would be a good guess, although you have absolutely no confirmation. And this thing is either done its job, but it's not doing anything right now.
Right. Now moving on to the body.
Wired into the laptop that is lighting up the opposite end of the room.
Yes. I'll go over and look at the laptop, making careful note to not step in any pools of blood.
Absolutely. This
I'm
guy.
gonna go look at the body.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This guy was probably only killed about an hour or 2 ago.
I'm just gonna dip my little finger in some of the blood. Taste it.
Sure. Would you like to use your ability?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is intelligence plus blood sorcery. So I think if you just do intelligence plus nothing and then plus your blood sorcery. Unfortunately, all you taste is fresh blood. The nuances are lost on you.
The laptop.
What you see on the screen is an open chat app with the word Anastasia written on it and a blinking cursor.
As in, it looks like it's from the name Anastasia, or to, or just that's the message they last typed.
No, it appears to be from user and then a very long string of numbers.
And then the message is...
The message is Anastasia.
curiosity is a bit stronger than I'd like. Who is this?
You type that into the app.
Yes.
You get a very quick reply. The little ... doesn't even appear for more than a frame. And it's just... You know who this is.
What do you want?
Anastasia.
Try again.
Anastasia.
I won't have seen what's going on over the laptop. I probably would have gone back towards the front door to try and get rid of the fingerprints.
Yeah, you can spend it. Won't take long. Just a quick wipe with a cloth.
Mhm.
Probably be enough.
Yeah.
That is a mistake.
I don't make mistakes.
Neither do I. And I unplug the Arduino.
That doesn't appear to shut down the chat app. But you see a little busy marker in the bottom right-hand corner that clearly interrupted something.
And then I'll just pull the laptop in half. It's kind of the bend over the knee style. Don't need to exert too much strength for it. Not that
There's
I have
a-
much.
Yeah, there's a small spark and a crack, and the screen kind of splinters. It's just
I would-
illuminating you from below in this kind of
Uh,
weird color.
I remove the battery, and I would love to see. Wow, this is an IT place. I'd like to
Mhm.
grab a screwdriver really quickly and pop the bottom off to find any tracking device before I think of taking this with me.
Yeah. I'm not
That'd
going to make
be
you roll for that.
investigation or tech. Not
I-
going to.
No, I think you don't find a any
Okay.
sign.
Yeah, I just didn't want location services. Although if they know this, they know where I live anyway.
No, there's no air tag on this.
Okay. Taking the two pieces, putting the bottom back on. Put them under my arm. Grab the Arduino. Don't recognize the body. I think I said, yeah, no.
Nope. But a good guess would be that this is Bob's.
Yeah.
Bob
Yeah,
of
that's what I
Bob
was gonna say.
IC's.
Unfortunate. He may have been useful. Looking around. See what Jonathan can do with this. And I walk out. Oh no. Stop before I get to the door. Cameras.
There are definitely cameras in here.
I'd like to go into the back room, look to see if there's any security, and delete all those tapes.
Do a quick intelligence tech roll.
Difficulty.
3.
Alright. Success. 3 of
Success. It's cloud storage, but you successfully managed to get Google to get rid of all of that for you.
You
very-
can wipe clouds. It takes
Yeah.
a little bit of work, but you can do it.
You put the work in, and it happens.
Good. And then I leave. He just outright assumes with all this tech that there would be nothing he would have found from who killed poor little Bob.
No.
If they can do this, he's not even going to bother. He knows better than that. Not worth his time. He needs to get out. He leaves,
Sure.
holds the door open for just an extra second or two.
Is there anything
No.
Anastasia's doing before she leaves?
I imagine I would have tried to look at the mess, at least the areas which were disturbed in the office, but I imagine there's not much else to see.
I don't think there's anything that Harlan doesn't already seem to have touched.
Yeah, he's got the laptop. He's cleared the cameras. Bob wasn't Kindred, from what I could tell, maybe. Not sure.
No.
No. I'm gonna make sure I pick up the piece of paper I wrote on my way out. But it's not left on the floor.
You both leave. And I think we will return to Delilah and Alice. The two of you, or for the moment, Delilah, how are you entertaining? Your guest has gone off into the rest of the club to enjoy himself and have a cooling off period.
I'll be wandering around main body of the club, not going into the more private rooms just because they're private for a reason. Just gently making my presence known and making sure that everybody's happy.
Of course. Alice, you have a quick number 8.
A quick number 8. I think I'm just like laying on a lounge chair, like laid back, much more relaxed than my natural rigid upright behavior. I guess probably waiting for Delilah. I don't really know what to do next. I assume because she was having a private meeting, like someone would probably tell me I was allowed to go back or something.
I'll go out and find her. Mainly because she doesn't usually eat here, so I want to make sure that everything's good.
Yeah, as you go to meet Alice, I think your retainer, George, comes up to you with a printout. A picture of what appears to be your security camera for your front door. And says, I'm sorry, but there appears to be someone lingering across the street.
Lingering for how long?
Well, they had a quick check and it appears to be about an hour now. As long as you've been here at the club.
Show me.
Hands over the paper, and it's difficult to see, but there is very clearly the kind of edge of a person wrapped up tightly in robes watching the front of the club.
I do hope this isn't a fashion statement that's making a comeback. I'll take my phone out and just... would I call him? No, I wouldn't. I'd message him. I'd message Harlan. Someone in robes. Front of club.
You receive a response very quickly. Do you need me to take care of it?
Need, no. Want. Please.
We'll be there soon.
Well, this should be interesting. Are you all right? Have you eaten enough? How was it?
Oh, I didn't even notice you come in. I'm great. How are
You
you?
look it. For somebody so clean, you really are a messy little pup when you're hungry, aren't you?
Oh, but they gave me this lovely, a poncho, maybe? Very considerate. I'm just saying.
Well, we aim to
Thoughtful.
please.
Showers
Suits
would
you.
be a nice touch, but these are all right. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate
We
everything. It's a very nice
have
setup
a
you
shower if you'd like one.
I think I'm all right for now, but maybe later.
Hmm.
Possibly. I've never, it's astounds me. I was just thinking to myself how long we've known each other and I've never been here.
Well, I wouldn't have thought, given your preferences, it would be
You're
comfortable.
absolutely correct. Like, laughably so. But this was delightful. I do like all the plastic they have. It's so disposable and squeaky.
I thought you'd like it. Well, you're
It was
welcome
nice.
back whenever you'd like.
I'm honored. I mean, it's quite a drive.
I can send a car. And I can give you access to the off-street entrance so you don't have to walk through with
Oh, that would be absolutely delightful. Not that the clientele is anything but pleasant.
I should hope not.
But imagine Flaky Man showed up.
I think that's best off avoided, don't you?
No amount of plastic could solve that. It's a nightmare I'm not willing to ponder.
I'm not sure. Wrap them tightly enough and I'm sure it'll all stay in.
See, you have assistants. You think of these things. And they have two hands. One is usually writing.
And
Who
what
are
will
you
you be writing
texting, by the
about
way?
tonight? Sorry?
Who are you texting?
Holland.
Why?
Because I thought he should know if he comes back. There's somebody out the front. Another robed person.
Like someone lost in a bathrobe type.
I'm not sure. I hope not.
Looks more rap than Jedi.
Interesting. That's a fashion we haven't seen in a bit. Unless it's one of those eccentric children that has the internet.
It feels like somebody with a stylistic choice to prove.
So
These little
odd,
groups do like their aesthetics, don't they?
I suppose.
If you can call it that.
I was just thinking this. Thank you. A robe. I'm sorry, what? What year is it? So, Harlan's coming back. Does that mean little one's coming?
Almost certainly.
What is
He
that
sends her-
dynamic there?
Hmm?
What is that dynamic there?
Some deeply unhealthy pet scenario, I'd imagine.
He doesn't seem like the type to want to be a pet, but I could see it. He does seem to be the type to
I
want
would
to be
pay good
petted.
money to see.
Is that highly improbable?
Highly.
I
Not
must have read
out
that
of the
situation.
bounds of possibility. Those ones with tight leads on themselves do occasionally like tight leads on themselves, don't they?
Oh, it's like he's noosed himself.
In a
I
way.
think he sleeps upright.
I doubt it.
I mean, it wouldn't really serve a point. I don't think I saw his neck turn.
No, I have thoughts about that one.
What
Not-
does he do?
All sorts of things, all deeply technical, all very well paid.
Is he interested in the tech itself, or is it a means to an ends, if you know what I mean, because I'm familiar with his app.
You'd have to ask him about that.
He doesn't seem the type to open up. I just don't want to waste his or my own time, just curious, really.
No, but he is a client of mine, so there are certain rules that must be obeyed.
True. Which is interesting that he's a client of yours, because I don't know. The thing with them is the relationship just seems so
Unhealthy.
predatory.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like maybe she would do that for him. I don't know.
I think she'd do almost anything for him.
That doesn't
She's got
seem
that
healthy.
look. No.
Is it of her own volition?
I don't know.
Well, I hope so. It'd be very unpleasant. Waking up in that walking nightmare.
Huh.
Like petting him and just coming to consciousness like, why am I petting a man? Interesting, though.
You should stay around here a bit longer. Might see some other interesting things.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I live for the experience, you know this. I don't want to partake. However, very messy.
Well, that's a form of partaking in itself.
If you say so. As long as there's a nice triple layer visqueen between us, I'm very comfortable.
It can be arranged.
Excellent. I'll make a note.
I wonder what gets her ticking. It's like a delicious puzzle.
I'm sorry.
Well, she lives to serve. She's got the look, but there's something else there.
Anastasia.
Mm.
Yes, but also he calls her Dove, which I'm pretty sure is just another name for one of those flying rats in the city. Doesn't seem very nice.
Mm.
Is it meant to degrade? Calling someone by an animal nickname?
I think it's one of the nicer ones. He's trying to be domineering and affectionate in public, all in one fell swoop.
Oh, then it's sexual. Oh, I had it completely wrong. I apologize.
Well, there's sexual and sexual, isn't there?
I mean, mildly.
What excites the brain doesn't necessarily excite the loins and vice versa.
Really? How does one separate the two? Is it a conscious act?
I'd never really thought about it. I'm not
I
sure.
don't think I'm going to be able to think of anything else now. What if people are having mind boners all over the place around me in public? It's disgusting.
They are. Constantly.
That's why I don't leave my house.
Well, if you find it uncomfortable, probably best you divert your mind to other things.
I'm sorry. Were you speaking?
Excellent.
At that point, both Harland and Anastasia arrive.
Speak of the devil.
Oh, excellent. Did you see the robe man? We were just discussing the
Did we see the
fashion.
robed man? I wanted to potentially see that before coming in.
On your way in, you had a look. That person is not there.
Okay. I wouldn't have gone in if he was.
Fair enough.
I mean, the one I saw in the alley.
Matches the description.
Yeah, I would have told you the text about that on the way over.
Alice?
Sorry, what?
Did you mean the one I saw
in the alleyway.
It sounds extremely similar. That's what I was just Delilah
went
was
out there.
informing me.
They already left.
Strange purple robe man outside, just staring at the club. But not a bathrobe. More like someone who thinks they're more important than they are. Robe.
Like a royal robe.
Maybe. Would you say it was of fine materials?
I would say that I'm not sure the security camera could pick up thread count,
Oh, that makes so much sense.
but I thought you should be warned. Can't have my clientele wandering in, getting themselves into trouble before they've entered the premises, can I?
No. I would recommend increasing your security, though.
And updating your cameras. I'm making a note immediately. I have a guy for this.
Thank you.
If you need better security systems, I'm sure I could provide something for you at a cost.
I'm sure we could work something out.
I do have high fidelity cameras in my lines. If you're not able to figure out material,
Mm.
I'm sure we could arrange something.
And what of the little secrets squirreled into the back end of that? Will you be demanding access?
No, I'm discreet.
That wasn't
only
an
add it.
answer.
I'd only add it if you ask. If you want a little extra eyes on it.
Hmm.
I'm professional.
Noted. Would you care for a drink?
Yes.
The usual?
Number 8.
The usual, yes. And I glance at Little Dove and kind of shake my head no to you.
I'll gesture to one of the people next to me. Just this is usual. This is
Henry VIII is my usual for you.
Number 8, unfortunately, is a little indisposed right now. They're in cleanup.
And how about you? To Anastasia. Care for a drink?
I know, I'm fine, thank you.
As you wish. Was your
So-
meeting fruitful?
Hmm? I'm sorry, what was that?
Was your
That's
meeting
weird.
fruitful?
Yes. Very.
Excellent.
I don't mean to bring up anything troublesome or worrying, but I was just thinking myself. Rather tall figure wearing an obviously purple robe isn't necessarily hiding. And the last time we saw them, there was an abrupt explosion and a beheading.
Well, they likely want to be seen.
But will they behead and explode in this location as well? Is more my concern.
Everyone
noting.
do a wits awareness roll.
All of us or just Alice?
All of you.
All of us. Very good. Difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
Two and three, but I actually might use the willpower to add to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if
So
you
that's it.
spend a willpower, you can re-roll one of those dice.
I will do just that.
Uh,
Just a
whilst-
D10 for you.
Whilst this is all
One
happening,
D10.
will I have gone and refilled Harlan's goblet glass and return with it?
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to have done that, you absolutely can do. you do know that he didn't want that, but for sure.
I
As
thought that. Oh shit.
that's fine. You can have returned with his requested drink, Henry VIII.
I can't keep messing up these drink orders.
I wonder what would happen if that did happen over and over again.
Well, I guess that's the question. Would you like to mess up his drink order?
A little bit.
What do you get him?
Like the complete wrong type of whiskey. Got no clue about whiskey.
Vodka.
Like a peach snap spritz or something.
This is going to be brilliant.
Oh God.
When she arrives with a peach snap spritzer, how do you feel?
Here's the bottle of Henry's peaches, right?
I'm not in the mood for jokes today, Anastasia.
That is when you all hear a very loud smash of glass behind Anastasia, somewhere down the corridor.
Go check that out now.
I'm straight up and over there.
I stay
Oh, yeah.
seated.
Anastasia,
Yes.
do you go and check that out?
I've been told to, so yes.
Yeah. Okay, you are the first one out the door, and you begin to walk towards the source of the sound, which is down the corridor. And you reach the door that you think it came out of, like the kitchen area, kind of another back room door. And through this, a robed person comes, and you can clearly see their eyes peeking above this scarf around their face, entirely dressed in black. And they lunge to grab you.
I want to, I guess, sidestep them.
Want to not.
Yeah.
That would be smart. That sounds like a dexterity athletics to me.
Difficulty?
Difficulty on this is you're going to roll against them.
Or what do I put in the thing?
It doesn't matter. I'll
Ah.
just count your successes.
Okay.
Where are
There?
they in the building?
No, I guess that's up to Delilah. Where in the building are you? Is
I'm
this
just curious,
the...
like how far from us they are. Like, would we hear this?
Oh,
If this is
Yes.
coming from, you said it was coming from like a corridor.
yeah, it's kind of down the corridor into like a nearby staff area that they've clearly
All right, so
broken
it
in
would be
through.
towards the back of the club.
Hmm.
The sort of area near all the dressing rooms, it's all backstagey bits, so it's not quite so glamorous.
Hmm.
Still
And-
aesthetically pleasing, but yeah, functional.
And distance-wise, they are probably like a 10-20 second walk from you, because you heard this smashing sound pretty close. Anastasia, you move to dodge, and they just grip you by your necklace and your scruff and hold you in, and you hear them whisper, "Where is Alice?" You hear a feminine voice.
Don't know.
And they start walking you backwards down the corridor. Delilah, you see this. What would you like to do?
So he's got her and he's dragging her backwards.
Yeah, sort of pushing her backwards. They are walking forwards.
So he's got
towards
his back towards me.
The person has Anastasia's back to you, like holding them in front.
Right.
Is someone hurting her? Can you see?
I'll take my phone, press a button that's like alarm, all doors close. And step out in front of them. I think you should probably let her go.
I'll do you a trade. And you see this person much more clearly now, very tightly wrapped robes with scarves basically all over them, probably hiding all number of things, with brown skin just peeking out from this scarf and piercing blue eyes, and a feminine voice. I'll do you a trade. This one for Alice.
I want to use my insight to see what that's about, not just like because it's desires. It's not just what they want, which is Alice. It's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
So it's insight, wits, is it?
Yes. Insight plus wits plus 1.
Difficulty?
Difficulty is 4 again on this one.
Got all the rough ones today. Ooh.
Oh. You get a crit, which means you get 8 successes. You hear several tones layered in this kind of aggression. Not only is there a slight panic at having come face to face with you, but you can clearly see that their desire for Alice asking that question is out of both anger and desperation. They are clearly willing to commit violence if they don't get what they want.
Why don't you drop the girl and we'll go and have a nice conversation with Alice? But while you're behaving like this, you will not be allowed to see any of my other clients. Do you understand?
Show me Alice.
I have security in every corner of this building. You're in no position to make such threats.
And if they come close to me, they will die. Show me Alice.
I'll turn and walk away. Go into the room with Harlan.
Delilah.
Your pet's in danger. You should go and run.
My eyes flash red, and then turn back off, and I step out into the hallway.
Oh, okay. Anastasia, you get dragged for a moment towards the room before Harland blocks the doorway.
Let her go, or you will regret it. Using the voice of Hardestad.
Oh,
I want them
shit.
to listen.
They immediately seem that they are taking in every word. What would you like to do? Intimidate them, or are you going to
Oh,
talk more?
absolutely. Do you wish to die? Because you're asking me very nicely to do so. I'm in a bad mood. Let go of my girl and we can maybe talk, and you can live.
That is going to require an intimidation manipulation roll.
Yes, and I happen to have a +1 due to a functioning addict.
You do.
Difficulty?
I think for this one, difficulty will be 3.
Alright.
You can reroll 2 if you want.
I would like to reroll for another willpower.
Oh, something I have omitted to say is that if you want to rouse the blood, you can add an extra 2 dice to your dice rolls, all of you. So if you'd like to take that opportunity now,
I would definitely.
it doesn't
Alright.
cost willpower.
So just do a rouse check?
1 rouse check to see if you get hungrier.
I
You do not.
So
And
then
you
roll 2d10?
2d10 to see if you get it. And then you still have the option 3. Once again, your eyes flash red and you lock. And Anastasia, you might not have heard this before, but his voice rings in your ears, every syllable clear as day. In fact, Delilah and Alice, he's not even facing you or talking very loudly. There's probably, a shiver goes down your spine. And this person, she just pushes Anastasia at you and raises a knife and starts walking backwards.
I'd suggest stopping so we can have a chat. Unless you wish your life to end here and now. Is that what you wish?
And you can see a slight shake as she says, "My life has no value."
Good. Then you don't wish to live anymore, do you?
I'm gonna compel Harland.
What would you like to say to Harland?
Just look him straight in the eyes. I need you to calm down.
I don't want to calm, so tell me
I
what roll I
need
need
you.
to make.
Calm down.
In that case, this is contested.
Oh, yes.
Anastasia, you will be rolling charisma dominate +1. And I believe Harland, that is composure resolve to resist.
That's still under social. Does that still get my +1 from my functioning
yes.
addict? All right.
Oh. So
That's a fun.
this is interesting. 4 successes for Harland, 4 successes for Anastasia. But Anastasia got a critical, and this is your bestial crit. I think that unless you have an idea between you to resolve this, I think that gives you the edge as you feel an unnatural desire to rebel. You command him to calm down.
It's not necessary.
My eyes go back to normal. But still locking eyes with... What touched you?
She is...
Let's talk.
Not here.
Then let's bring them into a room. They don't get to leave. But they might get to live.
Put the knife down.
Tell me that Alice is alive.
They are alive. Why is that an issue?
Then I'll be back.
No, you talk.
Okay. All of you are gonna pay the price for your Camarilla bullshit. All of you are gonna feel the wrath of the Anarchs when we watch your ivory tower crumble underneath you. So think on that. And
I'm
hope
thinking
that
on
the
it.
bomb doesn't time out before this conversation is done.
I immediately text De Winter. Bomb threat. Voice. Put it back in. And I attempt to lunge at them. To just shove them down. Not
Okay.
grab them, not grapple them, just shove them.
For sure.
I want them to not be able to run away. I did not know if the door is shut. That is not knowledge I have.
That sounds like a strength athletics roll, but if you have any other ideas, let me know.
I was thinking Dex, like, trip them. Like, maybe, yeah, push, but leverage with a foot behind them because I'm not strong.
That's fair enough. Dexterity, athletics.
This will not go well. But I have to try. Difficulty?
You're gonna roll against them.
Okay. Hoping yeah, 0. I was hoping I threw them off, perhaps, with my words enough to shock them. But,
They
didn't
are
expect it.
much quicker than you.
Yes.
You go to push them, and I think you take another 2 superficial damage as they nick
Sure.
you with the knife and disappear.
Oh, like, recognize how they disappear, potentially?
This is
Similar?
absolutely a similar fashion to Anastasia.
I'm just gonna grab Harlan's arm. We're going.
You, in fact, get a couple of security corralling you. And they just say, "I'm sorry, sir, madam. Everyone out. Bomb threat." And they're, like, knocking on doors.
Just kind of shrug you off. And I step outside. And get in my
follow.
car.
As you are all corralled outside, you see all manner of people getting frustrated, annoyed, bored outside. You are again together outside of a club. Various threats have been made.
Ms. De Winter,
Yes.
that thing asked for Alice, and if Alice was okay and well, and then mentioned a bomb threat and the anarchists.
Where is she?
I don't know. She quickly left after you left the room. I don't particularly like that.
Nor do I.
Anarchists asking specifically for their health makes me think someone is tied to them. I thought you did your sniffing better than this.
That's too easy. You don't simply inquire about somebody's health and then issue a bomb threat. That's a setup, not a genuine concern.
Perhaps. But they were desperate looking, were they not? Looking at Nastasia.
They were angry.
They said their life didn't matter. They wanted to know if Alice was there, and then threatened an explosion. See if that was actually empty or not, if the place goes up in flames,
My people are on it.
Yes, they are. You wait half an hour. The retainer comes over you, to you, Delilah, and he is shaken.
Are you all right?
I just disposed of a bomb, madam.
You are priceless.
Hands you a scrawled card. This was attached to it.
I'll
And-
take it and read it. Privately, to begin with.
Oh, all it says on the bomb is Alice.
I don't think they were inquiring about her health. Hand it to Harlan.
They want her. Couldn't tell you why.
Not
Any
yet.
ideas? Where the hell would she have gone?
Can't you use your app?
You have to sign up for it. It's opt-in. And even then, it doesn't track people. Not legally.
I wonder what she has signed up for then.
I can get someone on it. Get Jonathan on it. Secondary priority.
Are you both all right? Can I do anything to make you more comfortable?
That thing didn't hurt you, did they? Good.
I'll kind of touch her on the shoulders and just look, because I know she was sort of grabbed around the neck, and look her over. If you need anything, just ask.
And the missing member, I'm interested in where you are and how you're feeling.
Are you now?
It can stay a secret. That is what this campaign's about.
Alice noticed that some blood got on her hands. Had to go to the showers, but they're beautiful. They're like these gorgeous, like Grecian baths. So she's there, maybe.
Okay. How long do you spend there? Because I'm wondering whether people find you or you find them.
I think I'd find them. I'd probably wait until I didn't hear chaos anymore.
It goes very quiet for a long time. And yeah, at that point, I think you can safely deduce that the people walking around are just doing security checks, bleeping on radios, talking to each other. And at that point, it seems a lot safer.
And is the building unlocked now?
That's up to Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah. Are your doors unlocked?
Well, while you are inside, I'm guessing no one notices you?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't exactly want to be known because I cowardly, slipped away. But I'd probably head back towards the room that we were in originally. Like the group room, I guess, like Harlan's special room.
Well,
And then I'd look for a way out.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular in Harlan's room, or is it just them?
I'm just trying to take mental checks of where everyone is, other than just the guards.
For sure. You definitely missed that everyone was evacuated, but now you can track them all outside.
Okay.
So in that case, is there anything you would like to say to them before we end tonight?
Ooh. I have a feeling they're not very happy with me. I'd probably very smoothly, slide into the group silently behind them and make myself very unknown. Not really make a big deal of walking out. I don't know. Try to not make a big scene out of it. I'm a little nervous about Harlan.
Is everyone intentionally hiding their cameras?
We were, because we weren't in the scene.
I was, and then I was confused.
We weren't there. She just walked out. We're good.
Secrets.
Not hidden anymore.
Friends.
Reappear. We apparate. We're just there all of a sudden.
Alice certainly seems to come out of nowhere.
Where the fuck were you?
I took a bath.
That's... Is she that bad of a lie? What the hell?
Interesting timing.
Probably.
Some friends of yours came to visit, one in particular. She left a gift. I'll hand her the card.
It says for Alice.
I don't have friends. You know this.
I know, it was attached to a bomb.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Why
Not
does
much,
that
but slightly
make more sense?
Oh, because I don't have friends. Normally to get a card, you have someone to think about you in a positive light.
Or it's a message for you.
There appears to be no other writing on it.
It's not an envelope. It's just like a piece of paper.
It is just a piece of paper.
Do you have any dealings whatsoever with anarchists?
The anarchs, specifically.
I'm using a slightly different language since we're in public.
Ah, of course. Forgot you were outside.
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
I do not associate with people who tend not to have health insurance.
I'd
Do you
love to
really
know
think
if
I would
she's
clamber with a
lying.
group of anarchists? Anarchists.
I don't know. I'd love to know if she's lying.
Yeah, I guess a wits plus insight, Harland?
Can do. Difficulty, unless it's not opposed.
I think charisma subterfuge, Alice?
That's what I was literally just looking at. I think that's the only other thing. I think that's or the only thing that would really work that I have any talent in.
Okay, so then it'll just be a contested. 3 successes.
3 versus.
Did it not go through? I clicked it. Oh,
Not yet. Might be
I
thinking.
don't want to click it again. I'm afraid what it'll do.
I mean, it might just roll twice and you just take the first, I suppose.
That's true. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Difficulty 3, right? Just same.
Versus his 3.
Did it do it?
It did.
Yeah.
You got 2. Alice.
Oh my god, it did it. Oh, that's moving slow for me. Sorry.
2 versus 3. You're not telling the full truth.
Maybe
I
answer.
really like your outfit.
Maybe try again.
Try again. I'm sorry.
I have had a very bad day, and I do not like liars, Alice.
I particularly don't like people who conceal the truth from me when I've offered them hospitality and then lead me to a situation where my club might get blown up.
I mean, I can leave. I didn't invite the
No.
person with a name and a bomb.
Speak what you're concealing, Alice.
I'll step in front
Scar
of
on my
her,
left hip from when I
really
was 7
close.
years old. I was beaten. I don't know what you want.
Yes, you do. Stop
Darling,
being
if we're
stupid.
to remain friends, you should probably tell us what
Did
you're
you write this
hiding.
for me?
No, but I might.
I mean, it would be better than an interrogation. I don't know what to do. The bomb might be better. Do you have the bomb this was attached to?
Alice,
Somebody's
they nearly
trying to
killed
kill
me.
you.
I'm sorry, what?
Somebody is trying to kill you.
And in doing so, nearly killed me.
And if we're going to help you, you need to be honest with us. Otherwise, I might just tell them where you are.
I mean, what I do. Sorry.
Someone shut
Wild
those
hound.
dogs up
Ow!
in the alleys.
Beth. What I do, like what I really do, would have the potential to perhaps anger someone or 7. I could see. I don't know a particular person, but I mean,
Are you sure you don't know a
how-
particular person? Really
mean, I could-
rack your brain.
I know you've only spent a very short amount of time with me, but I have a gift of making the opposite of friends. Narrowing them down is a chore, but I could do it.
I think that would be in your best interest. Wouldn't you agree, Ms. De Winter?
I think that would be very helpful for all of us.
Yes, I don't delight in people blowing up my friends and or bars instead of myself. It seems, again, very messy. These hounds! Sorry. It's chaos.
Let's try to focus, shall we? I would love to be able to protect you, but in order to do that, I need to know everything.
I'm thinking, I mean, really, it is a lot of people. But I don't know if they're like part of another group of royals or whatever these political classes are in the city. I have no idea. I definitely haven't seen anyone that looked like an anarchist.
Well, I'm sure between your connections, my connections, and Mr. Maxwell's connections, we can draw some lines and figure out where the common denominators lie.
Are you saying I have to pull out my files?
Yes. Consider it an apology for putting my possessions at risk.
And an apology to me for mine.
I'll shoot him a really nasty look at that.
Yeah, I was just gonna... I'd like to apologize to Anastasia, but okay. Find files are girthy, I will say, but I can do this. Is there any way I can get a ride back to the clinic?
Absolutely.
Would you
I agree.
Sorry.
Gregory
I
composes
was just going to ask
himself.
for heavy lifting people. Like, literally anyone that could help me lift something would be delightful. I
Nod to
assume you have
Gregory. Like,
muscly people around here.
send some muscly people with us in the car. I don't
Anastasia,
even need to say it.
Get,
around the
Basil. Get Basil at a security. We need new cameras here. Would you like them? I'll provide them free for now. We can discuss payment later.
Fine.
Much appreciated.
New
The
cameras
car's
there.
around the corner.
Good. Let's get back to our place. I need a drink.
Does anyone have the number for U-Haul?
As you all disperse for the evening and the night goes on, that is where we're going to end it. Don't disappear.
Ah!
Don't disappear.
Yeah!
You're very
No!
dramatic. Don't disappear.
It was the hot change.
I thought we were doing a fade to black ending.
Oh no, I'm nowhere near that.
The music was beautiful for it. I mean,
That's
Yeah.
set
Alice's
up.
music.
It's gorgeous.
Alice's music. It really fits her, don't you think?
It does. I listened to my
Secrets-
phone. I don't remember this part. It's gorgeous.
Secrets. Everyone.
I mean, what?
Secrets are no fun.
Mm.
They're
Don't make
delightful.
friends.
I think I've given an indication as to everyone's potential secrets here for episode 1. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I'm gonna lower that a little.
I have so many unanswered questions I can't ask.
Not yet. We've got to wait until next week. Well,
Oh my.
I had a really fun time, guys.
This was great.
good.
I love being just an absolute douche.
You did it so well. It seemed natural.
Oh.
I've seen Dan be like a secret douche, but never just let it slay, man. It's kind of sweet.
Kind of hot, but I think that's my issue rather than his.
Yeah, that, you duff
Oh,
protest
man.
not enough.
Yeah, that's my room.
Is there, before we say goodbye, anything people would like to draw attention to? You are doing other RP shows, or what are you up to?
No RP for me at the moment. I'm just obsessed with Elden Ring, like a
That's
certain
fair.
a certain other person who raided earlier.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Millie hasn't seen him in 3 weeks.
Oh, it's alright. I'm like up to my neck in wild RP. Like, it's fine.
Jack's the same. He lives in his office now, and I'm cool with it. So much screaming. He sounds like Donna when her Mercedes gets injured. It's like violent screaming in the back by himself. 10 p.m. I just wanted to say for everybody that came out from like my community and other communities, don't forget to hit the follow button because this is part 1.
Part 1 of 3.
And this is where the rest happen. So like,
Unless you all die at the beginning
Well,
of next episode.
Yeah.
highly probable.
We have already almost got bombed. Thank God for Gregory. Gregory's
Twice.
He crit. I was like, he's
Yeah.
going to maybe die, but
He's-
then he crit. So
great. Yeah. No, he's
He
getting a
defused a
raise.
bomb.
He's
Yeah.
getting like the biggest Christmas bonus. Well done, Gregory.
Honestly, I'm scared for the moment Dan gets ticked and Saf is not there. That's going to be a moment I am
Yeah.
not looking forward to. And I feel like he's going to
What?
get triggered over and we're going to see red eyes and be like, where's Anastasia? Help! Yana with her Mercedes. That's the
amazing.
moment I'm afraid for. but
There's only so
excited.
much calm courtesy I can do. I'm not sure that's something I can deal with. Just like put him in the red room. It's fine. Just let him splash it out.
Flash.
Oh, just don't worry about the ancient vampire hanging out.
Put him there for a bit. We're letting him cool off.
He gets pissy when people break his toys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird.
Yeah.
his Safiest toy. I don't want to think about that. Probably.
First child.
Okay.
Moving
yes.
on.
Thank you everyone
What do we-
for watching. And make sure to tune in tomorrow to this channel where it is the finale of Blood on the Grand Strand, GM'd by my good friend Huddy von Schland. I will be playing in that as a Ravnus vampire, but that is the grand finale of that series. But yeah, stick around and we'll do some
What time?
cool vampire shenanigans. That is the same start time as this one, so 8 p.m. I think. I
Or
hope.
12 Pacific for us weird Americans.
I'm glad you know maths. Anyway, I really appreciate everyone coming out. Have a wonderful day, and keep your secrets close.
Ooh.